Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. And they're still waiting for the return of Chandler Parsons in that lineup.
Yeah, Kevin, that's just terrible news. Never what you want to hear or see. With an injury of that severity, it's hard to imagine we're going to see him back out there anytime soon.
And you know what? You just got to push on. I mean, really next man up. And I think they understand the situation. There's no time frame. And so they just have to adjust the rotation and try to carry on as well they can.
And now the Lakers starting group. Steph Curry's out there with Matthews. Then there's Jared Dudley. Then it's Zach Randolph. And it's Gasol at center.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
Sessions no good. It's Curry with the drive. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Curry's got 5.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now here's Sessions. We saw the 10 points last game. The shot's good from Lopez. Lopez has got his first bucket of the night. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to Toronto.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Greg, I thought it was a solid effort from them all the way around. I mean, as you and I know, moral victories are kind of empty consolation prizes. A loss is a loss.
And Matthews kicks to Gasol. It's Curry outside, and that one's good. Curry's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Lakers.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
From the wing, and that one's good. Curry's got 10.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now here's Lopez. He's coming off a 22-point game against Toronto.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game. Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Cannot be happy with how things have gone during this run. I think it's a good decision to take a break.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he had to do something. They're getting buffaloed and beat up. He couldn't let that continue. He had to call the timeout there.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. David Lee checked in for West. Ginobili comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Cole subbed in for Sessions. Speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel him. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders. I mean, you give him that mismatch, he will attack it with vigor.
Lee. Some solid defense from Randolph.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. 14 points for Steph Curry. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Pass to Matthews. Lakers working the ball around now. Dudley dishes to Matthews. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Cole's shot is good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Dudley. He has 7. Back to Matthews. Down low. Reverses. Dudley's shot is good. Dudley's got nothing.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense. Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Last game for the Lakers, they picked up the W against the San Antonio Spurs.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
And the wide open shot from Ginobili. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
The reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay to get these big calls right.
Look at that wrist. Khalil Taliba. I know. We're not serious, Khalil.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah. And that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really, a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
Khalil, where's Nasir? Where's Nasir? There it goes.
And Tim Duncan closing out what's been a remarkable career, a Hall of Fame career. We heard from teammate Manu Ginobili about what Tim's meant to the San Antonio Spurs.
He really transformed the franchise. He's one of the best players ever. 4 championships, 2 MVPs, and if somebody deserves it, it's him.
You can leave, my nigga.
Both Manu and Duncan, no doubt the long-term face of the Spurs franchise and arguably their best player ever, which brings up the conversation, Greg, of where he stands all-time league-wide.
Well, he's right there. And listen, let's give him a little more credit, Manu. He's got 5 rings now. You know, having won that championship 2 seasons ago. But look, Kobe's in that category with 5 rings and an MVP as well. So he's an all-time great. I don't know how you rank him, but when you have a conversation about the best ever, Tim Duncan will be in.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
So the Lakers 5 right now. We've got Jared Dudley. Pau Gasol is out there with Zach Randolph. Then it's Matthews, and it's Curry in at the point. And the pass to Gasol. And it's Randolph penetrating. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists tonight.
What a move. He saw a window on the other side of the rim and whipped it around for the immaculate reverse.
Stolen by Dudley. And now Curry running the floor all by himself. Shot is off.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
Shut up.
Some solid numbers once again for Zach Randolph with Memphis last year. He just keeps plugging away, grinding out, no pun intended, chugging along and producing.
Yeah, 16 points, about 10.5 rebounds for Z-Bo. I mean, he's a classic power forward. And always gives you the numbers, even though he still plays under the rim.
And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team you like playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category. And I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. On a team, in a role that suits his talent. And I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
Chicago making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in, taken away by Williams. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. And Mahinmi.
Boy, look at that. Look at that. Y'all look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, wait, no. Look at this.
Yeah, you can look at it later. Come on now. Hold on. Looky.
Hold on. Go. He's
with this stuff.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Thank you.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
And it's time for an injury report.
Guys, the head athletic trainer for the Lakers provided some information. Not what we wanted to hear, guys. It sounds like it's a very serious injury.
Huh?
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
No, I didn't. Computer science is
I
not.
ain't missing wide open later.
Oh, that's good.
Look at you.
That's usual. Computer science is not with us.
You got nobody watching this, so stop broadcasting.
It's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
No good from Lee. And here's Los Angeles. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. And it's slammed in by Williams.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
Stolen by Ginobili. Pushing it up. Finished off the break. Ginobili's got 5 points so far.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it. Oh, he knows that one should have gone in. That hurts.
Bellinelli. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions. What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
And Williams, here we go. He kicks it to Calderon. Passes to Carter. Mahinmi dishes to Smith. And that one's good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. Offline with his 3. Los Angeles has gotten on a roll from 3.